Good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a factions overview of Prophecy of Pendor, this time for the minor members of the game's very deep and very well thought out lore. The game takes place at a time soon after the fracturing of the Kingdom of Pendor, and as shown in a previous video, 5 kingdoms rose from the ashes. However, as well as these strong and landed factions, there are many more smaller ones. Parties from these factions roam various areas of Pendor's countryside, looking to pick a fight with whoever is misfortunate enough to stumble into them. Now I think the main feature that separates these armies from the kingdoms is that however strong their contingent may be, they cannot ever take a city to call their own, so instead they have come to Pendor in search of riches, or to further their factions' influence and or beliefs. Each minor group has unique spawns. Now these are armies led by a named hero, who you can capture and ransom off for huge sums of money. More about these guys later. We'll start with Barclay. Now Barclay is a kingdom to the southwest of Pendor, filled with nobles and knights. It's a very military-centric nation. The foot soldiers are renowned all across the land as worthy adversaries, able to take on any of the native Pendorian troops in combat quite comfortably. Constantly trying to colonise, or if that doesn't work, obliterate foreign factions, so Barclay is definitely a force to be reckoned with. With troops that can be bought for gold, like the Barclay Sappers and the Barclay Heavy Footmen, you will never be without these regimental war machines if you have the money. Still hailing from Barclay but not hireable in taverns are the 2 higher level troops of the Barclay army. Lancers and Conquistadors are complete tanks on the battlefield, both riding into the fray on powerful chargers, eager to cleave skulls in two. The Lancers are slightly less of a threat than the Conquistadors, but still among the mightiest of soldiers. These 2 units can be hired through heartbeat quests. Now heartbeat quests are radiant quests if you like, given out when you own a fief. Or you can hire them from prisoner trains if you can defeat the various Barclay spawns that will inevitably harry you. The only unique spawn Barclay can produce is Rufio Vincente de Villavicosia, who is a wanted criminal in his homeland. The Tertio Villavicosia answer only to him and follow his every order with zeal unmatched. His army usually consists of about 600 or 700 units, mostly sappers and heavy footmen, with a few rogue knights and conquistadors thrown in for the more heavy-hitting cavalry charges. Rufio himself is very hard to defeat and will happily soak up tens of hits from even your most powerful units. Next up are the Heretics, evil worshippers of the goddess Erida or Kissa. Sacrificing scores of commoners is their one and only desire. They prowl along the Salio-Fyrdsvane border, eager to capture more farmers and weak warriors to further their devotion to evil. Heretic armies tend to be among the hardest spawns to defeat, mostly due to the presence of demonic Magna. These are the strongest troops in Pendor without a doubt. Summoned from another plane of existence to wreak havoc unto mankind, beware these monsters on the battlefield. The rest of the Heretic armies are not particularly hard to beat, Invokers being the top tier troops with rather scary stats admittedly. However, there are never too many to deal with in a single army. Heretic Magna can harass your troops with some skill in throwing weapons, and they ride heavily armoured horses, so prepare to chase them around the battle map once other troops have been slaughtered. The grunts of the demon worshippers' armies are heretic minions and heretic worshippers. Both of these troops should be butter to a warm knife for any troop past farmers and recruits. Unique spawns are literally out of this world for the heretic faction. Igrim the Devourer is a product of a ritual that had been planned for an age by the heretics. He wields a double-headed axe without compare, and believe me when I say, even by himself he would decimate a small army. In his contingent are between 500 and 700 Undead Warriors, all stronger than their normal human heretic counterparts. Especially dangerous are the Fallen Revenants, who will one-hit kill most troops with their 138 strength. The 3 Seers are mystical women, who are said to tell the future and corrupt the minds of men. They lead an army of legend, and it's not unusual for them to field over 1,000 warriors at a time. The Seeresses themselves are feared foes wielding rune axes, but the Doom Guides and Seer favourites that follow the Seers with near obsession are matched only by the Knights of Pendor in single combat strength.